Hi Libra, welcome to November. This is Teresa from Tarot by T. And this month we have a lunar eclipse in Taurus on the 8th. And then Venus, your ruling planet, moves into Sagittarius on the 17th. Mercury moves into Sag on the 18th. And on the 23rd, the Sun moves into Sag. And on that same day, Jupiter goes direct in Pisces after having been retrograde. And then we have a new moon in Sag on the 23rd. So we'll get into that. And this is all favorable to your sign. So I think you're going to like the new moon in Sag. But let's see what the cards say for Libra in terms of love and relationships for November. What does Libra need to know about love and relationships for the month of November? What is coming up for Libra? Sun, moon, or rising? The Nine of Cups. The Eight of Wands. The Knight of Cups in the past. The Ace of Wands. The Three of Pentacles. The Tower. The King of Swords, yeah. The Five of Pentacles. The Page of Wands. The Page of Cups. The card at the bottom of the deck is the Hermit. Interesting. Okay, so you've got some new beginnings, major changes this month. I guess a lot of people are going through that with these eclipses. The Nine of Cups, it's a wish fulfillment. It means yes to your answer. If you're looking for love, if you're wanting to heal a relationship, the answer is yes. You have the Eight of Wands, and that's news coming in, messages, arrows of love, things happening quickly. I think something is going to come in that maybe you weren't expecting, or if you do have a new beginning, the energy is going to move really quickly, where you might be like falling head over heels in love or feeling excited. The Eight of Wands is exciting energy. It's travel. It's speed. Sometimes it can mean a journey by air. Like you may decide to take a trip somewhere. The Knight of Cups is here. So this is a proposal, a romantic proposal. Someone is offering you a cup of love. And the Ace of Wands is in the recent past. So there's the potential for a new beginning. There could even be some career success because I'm seeing the Three of Pentacles. The Hermit is here. I feel like you've been in kind of the hermit mode, keeping to yourself, doing a lot of thinking, soul searching, trying to figure out what's right for you. But you're going to be coming out of that because there's this new energy coming in that's really exciting. You're going to be really enthusiastic about this new beginning. You're going to be excited about it. And it's going to represent major change. The Tower, the Tower is not always negative. People think, oh, the Tower. I mean, yes, it represents breaking down and rebuilding. But it can be a positive thing. It's breaking down something that hasn't been working or something where you feel oppressed. Tower is like seeing the truth, having like a lightning flash of awareness. It's like enlightenment. And it's kind of like, I feel like it's major change, major transformation, where something that you're kind of rebuilding on the ashes of what went before. So you're moving and you're growing in a new direction. The Tower takes away what's no longer working so that you could go, like if you're in a job, let's say, and you're not really happy, you're not growing, it's just taking you in a direction you don't want to go in, you could there could be like restructuring. I feel like this is like your life is changing at the ground level, at the ground zero level. So the tower takes away what you don't need. It's like a storm coming through. It takes away all the dead leaves, the broken branches, and then you rebuild stronger. And I'm not seeing this as negative. I'm seeing it more as exciting and just major like change, where you're going to be a different person after. I think these new beginnings coming in are giving you a new life and possibly a new relationship. You have the King of Swords here, so you're doing a lot of thinking. You're trying to evaluate. You're using logic to make a decision, trying to decide what's real, what's not real, what do I keep, what do I release. It's in your negative thinking sector. For some of you, there could be some legal situation that you're worried about. For others, it could be that you feel maybe an authority figure has been too harsh with you, too judgmental. Maybe you yourself have been like unavailable or giving the vibe that you're not open to love. Because the King of Swords energy is sometimes a little bit intimidating. People who look at this energy, they're afraid to approach the King of Swords because the King has this like front up of seriousness and unemotional. But I feel like that's changing. In your environment, you have this Five of Pentacles. You might be helping someone out who's going through a difficult time financially, someone who's going through a depression. This could also mean maybe you've been feeling cut off from the people that you love, cut off from loved ones, on the outside looking in. Sometimes this card comes up when someone is having instability, some kind of financial instability. I don't know I don't think it's you. I think it's someone in your environment, and you might be comforting them. Someone needs healing or comforting, maybe even financial support in some way, and you're helping them out in some way. Could be something with children too, because I'm seeing these two pages. So the Page of Wands is good news coming in, and especially with the Eight of Wands. There's going to be some major change, but I feel like it's going to be good news. It's going to be a good new beginning. So yeah, it's changing your life on a major level, but I don't think it's a negative thing where it's like a disaster. It's more like, I've got to get used to this new way of life because it's so different from my old way of life, that kind of energy. And then you have the Page of Cups. If these pages are not children, the Page of Cups can be a message of love. Someone reaches out to you to let you know that they're interested. Or you may want to reach out to someone and share your feelings with them. Page of Cups is very sensitive energy. Even the Knight. The Knight is very romantic, very creative, artistic. So you might be hearing. So maybe in the past you had the potential to have some kind of connection with someone, have a new beginning. But you were like in the hermit mode, so it never got off the ground. And now you have the Page of Cups and the Page of Wands. It's like someone's going to be reaching out. It could either be you or the other person. It might be the other person. But whatever it is, whoever's reaching out, you're going to be excited about it. And you're going to be looking. It's going to represent major change. So if you've been kind of lonely or feeling like you're not doing anything, isolated, that's changing. The Tower is sweeping that out so that you could have a new start. And even in career, I'm seeing career change. There could be some restructuring in your job or your environment, and it may feel like everything is crumbling, but that's just temporary. It's kind of like the Tower reminds me of the butterfly or the caterpillar in the chrysalis, and it has to, it melts down to like a goo. It like dissolves within that thing, and then it emerges as the butterfly. And that's the Tower. So you're going to be emerging as the butterfly into a new world. But before you can rebuild into this new world, before you can emerge, you have to break down the old. So I feel this is more of an internal change too, within yourself. Not so much disaster. Like some people look at the tower and they see disaster because they see people falling from the tower and the lightning strike. And sometimes it can mean that, but I don't feel it's that way in this case. I feel it's more an internal transformation because your world is changing so rapidly and dramatically that you're going to be a new person when the dust settles. And a happier person, a person that has love. I feel like love is on. So let's see what the angels have to say about your this situation. What message do the angels have for Libra? I mean, change is good. Sometimes change is what's needed to break free from stagnation and to grow. Eternity. Okay, let's see what this one. Gently move your awareness from the external world to a world of light within your heart. Allow each breath to heal you as you drift to a place beyond time. Eternity exists within you, forever sparkling like a diamond. You are, in essence, a shining star, forever transforming to ever greater light. So, yeah, I feel like this tower is more like a transformation. It's not a disaster. It's more like reinventing yourself in a way, re-emerging as a new person. So let's see what the astrology has to say. So we have this lunar eclipse, a total lunar eclipse. It's a full moon. In your 8th house, your money houses are being affected by this eclipse. So the moon is with Uranus and the North Node in your 8th house in Taurus. So there could be some shakeups around a financial situation. The 8th house is not the money that you make through your job. It's more other resources, other people's money. So it could be a partner's income. There could be some sudden changes with a partner's income if you're in a committed relationship. There could be some sudden changes around inheritance, insurance payout. Maybe you're paying off debt or you're trying to get a loan from the bank. It could be that you may have to speed up your timeline and pay something off. Or you need money. You might be asking, trying to get a loan from a bank to pay some bills. You're looking for some type of funding. It's financial assistance from others. The sun, which is opposing the moon, is in your 2nd house. And that's the house of money, value, self-worth, the money you earn. And so that's in Scorpio with Mercury and Venus. They're all involved in this eclipse. So a lunar eclipse can sometimes eclipse a female figure from your life. And that might affect your financial situation. But with Venus in your 2nd house, I see that more as money coming in. I feel like there could be some surprise abundance coming in. Money, love, Mercury, there's a message coming that's going to bring you abundance or love. With Mercury in the 2nd house, you're thinking of how can I, ways that you can earn more money. Maybe you're thinking of some kind of business situation. Some opportunity, especially with the 8 of Wands, like opportunity, doors are opening. There could be some opportunity for you to make money and to be able to pay off debts and to be able to, maybe you're finally going to get paid for what you're worth, or you're finally going to get the love that you deserve. You have Saturn in the 5th house, squaring Venus and squaring Mercury, squaring this moon, actually. So Saturn's throwing a kink in the plans. The 5th house is the house of joy. It's the house of creative self-expression. It's the house of romance. So, and also the house of children. So for some of you, there could be some issue around your children where you might have to come up with some money, maybe to help them out. There's some burden. Saturn represents a blockage or a responsibility or a heavy, like a weight that you have to get through, a hurdle that you have to overcome. So you may want to, like if you're wanting to date someone or you're wanting to have some romance or fun in your life, you may feel like, well, I have too many obligations. I have to take care of my kids, or I have to worry about this, I have to worry about that. I feel like maybe one of your children needs some kind of support and you're concerned about them. But for the most part, I think money is going to be coming in. Something might be even completing at the full moon. At the full moon brings things to the surface. So you're like, you find out about something or you're aware of something. But it's also a thing of completion where you might be paying debt off. Like maybe some, financial support comes in unexpectedly and you're paying off your debts, or you're paying some taxes. There could be a surprise tax bill. Or maybe your kid, is like, I need money for this thing, it's an emergency. And you have to help them out. Mars is in your 9th house. It's trining Saturn. Wherever Mars is, that's where your energy is focused. So you're concerned about higher education, long distance travel. Maybe you're thinking about if you're young and you're starting out in your career, you might be thinking about picking up some extra skills so that you could be more marketable, make more money. You could be teaching what you know. It's a card, or you could be traveling. Maybe you're deciding to travel. If you're having some kind of relationship, it could be with someone from a distance who's very different than you culturally. Mars is also, the 9th house is also your belief system. Mars is kind of shaking up. What do I believe? Mars is going to be retrograding through your 9th house for the next 3 months. Well, it's going to be in Gemini for 6 months. But it's going to be retrograde from now until January, mid-January. And then it goes direct. And it's going to take some time. So you're really going to be rethinking your beliefs, your faith. What do you believe? Am I in the right place? Do I need to move? If you're connecting with someone in a romantic situation, like I said, you might be exposed to other cultures or different ways of doing things. And it might expand your awareness in some way. Or you could be even traveling and connecting with people from different cultures. Jupiter and Neptune are in your 6th house. And Mars is squaring Jupiter and Neptune. So the thing that you want to be aware of, Jupiter is not, even in a square, is not a bad planet. It brings abundance. But the only thing you have to worry about is excess. Don't overdo things. Don't take on more than you can handle. You're in this mode. With Jupiter and Neptune in Pisces, you are in the servant mode. You are wanting to help others. You're wanting to give of yourself. But the square is saying, don't give more than you're capable of. Don't go overboard. Know what your limits are. Know what you can handle. Don't take on too much. It's okay to give and it's okay to be compassionate, but you have to set boundaries too. So that's the only thing about that aspect. Jupiter is sextile Pluto in your 4th house. So Pluto has been causing a lot of changes in your home. People moving in, people moving out, major reconstruction. I mean, since 2008, your home is probably totally different than when you started 2008 than now. Pluto is transforming your relationships with family, your relationships with a maternal figure, like a mother. You have Chiron in the 7th house, and it's sextile Saturn in the 5th. So if you can find time to have some fun and honor your inner child and have some romance in your life, it could be very healing for you. With Chiron in the 7th, you might be healing a relationship, or you might have a relationship that has like a healing influence on your life. So if you've been through a difficult time, this relationship can help to heal whatever you've been through. and it can bring fun back into your life. And with Saturn there could be an age difference. One partner might be younger than the other partner. One partner may act like the parent. But it also brings stability. Saturn brings stability. But it's a sextile aspect, so you have to take action. It's not going to just drop in your lap. So if you're looking for love, you have to get out there and make a conscious effort to find it. It's not, and if you do find it, if you do make time, it can be very healing. It could give you, it's like manifesting a dream. So then we have the new moon in Sagittarius. And that's in your third house. So that's the house of communication, contracts, siblings, brothers and sisters. You might be having a new relationship with your family, with your relatives. You might be having a new creative project that comes up because it's trining Jupiter and Neptune in your sixth. You're being, there might be something that comes up that allows you to use your creativity at work. And it's an abundant opportunity. You might be even signing a contract. And I think, the new moon in Sag is positive. There's a lot of, it's trine Jupiter, it's trine Neptune, sextile Pluto, sextile Jupiter and Neptune. Pluto is sextile Jupiter and Neptune. I mean, there's all these positive aspects. The only square is a separating square between Saturn and Uranus. So we already had that all year. And for you, where is Saturn? Saturn's been in your fifth house, and Uranus is in your eighth house. So Saturn is telling you, or Uranus is telling you, don't be too busy for love. Don't let work and obligations get so, you need work-life balance. It can't be all work and no play. So if you've been focused all on work and you haven't let any fun in your life, you haven't made time for romance or creativity or fun, you're going to need to break free of that. And Uranus with the North Node in your eighth house, it's confronting your fears around intimacy. Maybe you've been using work as an excuse to not connect with someone, to not go deeper in a relationship. So it's time to stop and embrace love, embrace these new opportunities. Communicate, talk about your feelings. You have Venus and Mercury in the third house. If you ever wanted to tell someone how you feel, this is the time to do it, because you can find love just by opening up through your local environment, through your maybe someone in your family introduces you to someone, or you just decide just running around the neighborhood, because the third house is your local environment. But I feel like relationships with family members are going to get better. If you've had any kind of difficulty, I think that you can talk it out and come to some type of an agreement. But the main thing with this new moon, I feel like things around work are going to get better. There could be some opportunities. I feel like there could be a new job opportunity that can lead to success and abundance. Just don't be afraid to get out of your comfort zone. Don't be afraid of change. I feel like there are a lot of new energies coming in, not only just career success, recognition, but also an opportunity for love, an opportunity to show what you can do. Because Jupiter and Neptune, when they're together, they're very strong, and they're in your sixth house of your day-to-day environment at work. I think you could manifest a dream job or a dream situation during this time. And with Mars trining Saturn, whatever you're starting, it can last a long time. So give it a lot of thought. It's not going to happen overnight because Mars is retrograde. So you might be rethinking your strategy. But when Mars goes direct next year, that's when things are going to really take off. So right now it's a time of contemplation. How am I going to change my life to make it more like what I want? How can I have more time for fun and romance and instead of working all the time? How can I bring more abundance into my life so I can pay off my bills and solve my financial problems? So if you've been having any financial burdens, I feel like there's going to be new opportunities to make money, but also new opportunities for love. So there's career success, love, major change. You're not going to feel alone. You need to come out of the hermit mode and ask for help, and don't feel like you have to carry the burden all yourself. There are people around you that are there to help you and to help you through this transition and change. I don't think, even though there might be major changes at work, I don't think it's going to be negative. I think it's going to be positive. So don't fear change, because I feel like you're on the edge of an exciting time. So that's my forecast, Libra. I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, click on the like button, click on the subscribe button. If you'd like a private reading, click on the link in the description box. It'll take you to my website and we can get you scheduled. In the meantime, have a wonderful Thanksgiving if you're in the States and you're celebrating Thanksgiving this November. And it's going to be exciting. I feel like you're going to get your wish this month, whatever that is. Your life is changing in a good way. So embrace it. And I will talk to you again next month. Okay, bye now.